The Eau Claire public transit system is facing major cutbacks after Governor Scott Walker signed a bill into law on Friday eliminating collective bargaining rights for public employees in Wisconsin. U.S. federal transit law requires mass transit providers to have collective bargaining rights in order to receive federal funding. With these rights revoked, the transit system stands to lose over $1.5 million in federal funding unless a compromise is made between the state and the federal government to amend this issue. Fewer federal dollars would result in a smaller budget and lead to less state reimbursement for the transit system. The transit system could lose even more money if Governor Walker's proposed budget is approved by the state legislature. Eau Claire Transit Manager Mike Branco says that if the budget is passed, state and local funding for the transit system could be reduced by an estimated 12.5%. Despite these setbacks, Branco is cautiously optimistic that state legislatures will work with the federal government to ensure that Wisconsin receives federal aid.
I'm believing that we won't lose federal. I'm kind of changing my mind from what I'm hearing out there. I've been talking with senators, representatives. I just don't think that was an intended consequence from what's happening, and I think they'll do what they can to hopefully fix it.
Others are not as optimistic. UW-Eau Claire physics professor John Stupak is a member of the Eau Claire Transit Commission, and he says that all of the potential budget cuts bring the future of the Eau Claire transit system into question.
You know, we're waiting to hear all the legalese and all the additional interpretations of what's going to happen. And we don't have those firm numbers yet. So everything right now is just what sorts of things do we think about? And from my viewpoint, I'd love to see us keep what we can of transit if it works. If you have a system that's so hobbled it can't do anything, well, that's another story.
The Eau Claire Transit Commission will be meeting this week to discuss how the transit system will cope with the loss of federal funding. Reporting for Inside Eau Claire, I'm Andrew Lohr.